Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Janet. I'm here to bring you a story time. I had just ended my freshman year of college, so I was back home for the summer. And Lori and I were never really friends, but we got close all of a sudden because she started hanging out with Linda more, which was fine. Linda and I were closer. I would often be a voice of reason and a listening ear to Lori and Brian because they had a lot of issues. But I was innocent in my intentions because I have a degree in psychology, so I was studying psychology at the time, and I just thought, maybe this is good practice. I like giving advice to people. I like helping people with their issues, so I just thought, okay, I'll help them. They were on their Romeo and Juliet type time. They couldn't be seen together because their parents didn't like each other, so their families had beef. Both of them had family members that were in gangs. Them alone together were freaking chaotic and crazy. One time, she told me the story that they had gotten into a fight and he kicked her out on the highway and she had to walk home. And it was very weird because Lori, she would always tell Linda, like, hang out with Brian, hang out with my boyfriend because he needs better influences in his life. Which I guess is understandable. They would hang out all of the time and I would be there a lot of the times. Linda started developing a crush on Brian, which was really weird when Lori started noticing and she would say, oh, you guys like each other, you guys are dating. Mind you, she's still dating Brian. Brian is pushing it off like, no, what are you talking about? This is just my friend. You keep pushing her onto me. Like, I'm just trying to make you happy. Da, da, da. But the funny thing is that Brian didn't even like any of their asses. He liked me. We would hang out a lot of times together and alone because we would smoke together, and we were the only ones in our friend group that really smoked like that. So it was nice having a smoking buddy. We would just talk, we would hang out, we would chill, and then he would vent about his girlfriend, and I just didn't think anything of it. I didn't think that it was anything. But also, I grew up kind of insecure, so I didn't really get a lot of male attention. I didn't think that men saw me or liked me in that kind of way, so I was just oblivious to it all. We didn't even have like intimate conversations. It was just, he would tell me things, he would tell me about his personal life, but it wasn't anything I thought was like romantic. I thought it was just all friendly and casual. So it kind of threw me for a loop once I started realizing that he actually liked me. On the phone one time, I can't remember if we were FaceTiming or just actually calling on the phone. He broke up with her while he was on the phone with me. He said that he sent her a text, and I'm like, no, you didn't, you're lying. And he sent me the screenshot. And once they broke up, things started picking up a little bit between us. I started hanging over his house more. Like, I was sneaking in his house when we watched movies together. Nothing crazy happened. I only really started liking him because he liked me. Dude, don't get me wrong. It's not like he wasn't cute. It's not like we didn't have good vibes or anything like that. I started getting a little worried too at some point. Lori had cousins. They would sometimes stalk Brian. They would follow him in the car or just random places they would pop up where he was at. I remember it was early in the morning. I think I might have slept over his house. I don't really remember. We're at a park and we're eating breakfast. This white car pulls up and I'm like, who is that? And they just kind of sit there and stare for a couple minutes and then they drive off. He just calmly goes, oh yeah, that's Lori's cousin. I'm like, what? Thinking, oh my gosh, do they know it's me? Do they know that we're talking? Are they gonna try to follow me? Luckily, I was fine. But then I am going away to college for my sophomore year. Things are slowing down just because of that. He gave me the cutest gift, honestly. He gave me a necklace similar to the one that he wore because I really liked the one that he wore. And he told me he had his grandma bless it. Even swapped teddy bears. I had a teddy bear that had my college name on it and everything, and he gave me an LL Bean chocolate little teddy bear. If I were to have stayed home instead of going to college, we would definitely been in a relationship. Like, that's how kind of progressive and serious it was getting. I come home a couple times during my breaks. Everything's cool, but I can tell that something's going on between Brian and Linda. And Linda has had a crush on him. I didn't really tell her or Lori anything, which telling Lori may have been bad on me because I actually did value and respect her. Spring semester comes around, and I also start talking to this girl who ended up being my ex-girlfriend, which is a story for another time. More calls from Linda because I'm coming home soon. She's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till you come home. That's literally how she sounded. And all of a sudden she tells me that her and Brian started hooking up. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. She went into full detail and explanation about what they were doing. Never had a boyfriend before this, so this was really the first time she was in a romantic relationship with a guy. It wasn't even a relationship, they were just talking, you know? At this point, I know I shouldn't have cared because I was in a relationship. It still kind of struck me as weird that he would do that and feel comfortable about it. And he would still text me like little things here and there, like, oh, when are you coming home? I told him, you know, I was dating someone at the time. He understood, he wasn't tripping off of it, and I can see why. I get home, I'm not in a relationship anymore. Friend is goo goo gaga over Brian, and Brian is over here FaceTiming me like, oh, we should hang out, you know, tell me what happened. Still calling me, and I'm like, you got fucking balls. Or you're just fucking severed in the brain, because why are you trying to talk to me when you're over here trying to fuck my friend? And you're trying to fuck me at the same time, and you didn't think she was gonna tell me? You're dumb. I didn't tell him off like I should have. I wasn't as confrontational at the time. I was also going through a lot because of my ex-girlfriend. So it was just a lot going on. Y'all, I dodged a bullet. Brian was low-key playing Linda, playing her like a motherfucking violin. She would buy his meals. She bought him a PlayStation. She would let him drive her car all the time. She would be doing everything. Whew, it's just crazy. It wasn't my proudest moment, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. If you like this video, please leave a like or a comment. Tell me what you think, or you can share your own personal story if you have one. I have an EP dropping this month, this February, called Snowfall on February 19th. So make sure you tune in. I have a video called New New, which is a song that's gonna be on the EP. So check it out. And bye, love you.